Hello. You've reached the automated voicemail for President Dwight D. Eisenhower. At the tone, please have sex with your sister. It's okay. No one's watching. John. We know what you're doing. Your father and I. But that's okay. You can keep doing what you're doing.
Look at us trying to be experimental on episode 56 of What's New Play 2 podcast.
I mean, I guess sister fucking's kind of experimental.
Hell yes, it is. Of course, it has to be.
Well, yeah, I guess you do have to try it before you buy it. Mm-hmm. Imagine if that was how, like...
It worked?
Yeah, right?
No. I wouldn't want to.
Like, you could fuck your sister before you decided to, like, go out and get a significant other. That'd be so weird if that was the social norm.
Let's not bring that.
Listen, you allowed me to keep that as the intro, therefore, it's what I'm opening with. Yet, you've given me too much power already.
So, Fire Emblem Heroes announced and has released their Halloween banner for this year. Going straight into it, because fuck you.
Ugh, harder, daddy. And that's how you get them to be silent. So anyways, talking about Fire Emblem. The Halloween banner this year consists of Tiki, Zane, two characters who don't matter. Alright.
Yeah, and Zane only matters because... Okay, anyway. So yeah, it's a duo unit of Tiki and Ninian, which is really cute.
Oh, right, Ninian. I was going to say Ninian, but I was like, no, they're not from the same game.
They're,
Wait, no, they're not from the same game. I've been duped, I've been had, and I quite possibly
Tiki's dressed up as like a little demon, and Ninian's like dressed as like an angel, and I think it's really cute. Not enough to pull for it, but their fucking shtick is if anyone from the same game as them, even if they're a dancer, they can act again.
Which, that's psychopathic.
Yeah, so having a dancer be able to move twice is pretty fucking nasty. But the only thing is, it's only limited to Tiki and Ninian's game. And in Ninian's game, there's 3 dancers, 2 of them being herself.
Bro, Ninian's the only dancer that Ninian can trust.
And then Tiki only has Fina.
I don't know who Fina is.
Not Anna.
Oh, shit, yeah, no, I know who Fina is.
That's, so, like, it's busted, but also not really right now, because there's not that many characters for them to use that shit on. Anyway, they also added, the Ginsia, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He was like the big head honcho dragon lord in, Ike's game. And I like that he's a vampire, and his sprite is so fucking huge.
Yeah.
And they added Anna as the temperature trial unit, which I'm a little shocked because, you know, free unit being a female.
And she is dressed as a sexy nurse.
Okay, I was gonna say.
No, I don't.
Sorry.
Of course, she's not dressed as a sexy nurse.
She's dressed as a sexy
I thought she was just.
Jiangxi.
I was about to say I thought she was just a Chinese vampire.
She is. So, and then Zane was added in as well finally, and he's also a 4-star focus unit as well, and he's probably the most interesting to me because his tome basically gives him the shtick that he exclusively has had since the beginning. He's basically like the Ditto of the franchise, and even then, he's the only one that's ever had that kind of power. Every other time, every other game afterwards, they never made a character like Zane. Because in the original, he would legitimately take on the appearance and the stats of, whoever he would copy. So
I wonder if they kept him out because broken, or because
both.
they just didn't like how he worked.
So the way that they put him in Heroes is his weapon, essentially, I think it depends how much attack he has. So either way, though, if he has an ally 2 spaces near him, he would take the high stat of that character, and he would take it. So like, essentially, you can have a 48 resistance Micaiah, a 66 attack stat Roy, a 47 speed Soth, and a 45 defense Surtur, and he'll take all those stats and fucking use it. So
Well, I mean, you can only have 3 out of the 4 of those.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have him on your team.
Yeah. But otherwise, well, unless you're using unless you have him in a rival domains or ether raids, then he could utilize that. But yeah, so he can be I think it's very interesting that's how they added him in. I think it's cool. So, and I did end up pulling him, and he's been really fun to use because I can, I can use him however I want and throw him with whoever, and he could do some damage, and it's fun. He doesn't obviously get if he's next to Micaiah, he's not gonna get Micaiah's armor and cavalry effectiveness, but he'll just get the actual number stats. So, I don't know, it's fun to use. But yeah, that's really it I have for Fire Emblem. I know you really don't have anything aside from, I'm assuming.
I didn't.
Tiki's is cute. That's about it.
I didn't even see hers.
Really?
Yeah. I have not been paying attention to this banner in specific.
That's fair. I only slightly thought...
Well, I mean, I haven't just been paying attention to heroes.
Also, yeah. But I figured, maybe you would, not pay attention, but be like, oh, hey, look at that, because it's Tiki.
Nah.
That's fair, and I totally get that. And I respect your womanly decisions.
My womanly sensibilities.
Your woman sensibilities.
Oh, they do look cute.
Oh my god, I completely forgot who's also on this banner. Furry Grima.
Oh, yeah.
I completely fucking forgot about her.
I remembered her.
She's probably the most busted unit out of this one, just because of the amount of shit that she has.
Just because she is a furry.
That's definitely half of it, but she has a new skill that's no follow-up except for dragons only. And then she has a better dragon scale, which neutralizes the effective against flyers thing, and heals after when she uses her ult, and can have distant counter built into it. It's a fucking nightmare. Not fully a nightmare. If you have a Roy or Marth, she's fucked, but she's still pretty hard hitting. But yeah, that's really all I have to talk about with heroes. Yeah. So going from that to a sadder bit of news. So we talked about how Lab Zero's basically went to shit, and their 2 big properties were put into question of what was going to happen with them, and Skullgirls lucked out with being able to still continue with the production that they've been doing, and whatever that they promised that they were adding in, they're gonna add it in. Annie was just announced right before everything went down, and they said she's still gonna come out normal, so she has nothing to worry about. Unfortunately, though, Indivisible did not share that same luck. Unfortunately, all the planned extra DLCs and other backer promises, from what I heard, have been discontinued. Unfortunately, the last thing that 505 Games is doing for the game is getting the Switch version up to the same speed as the others, which includes a new game plus, a little bunch of extra missions, and couch co-op. And I mean, I'm glad that at least the Switch is getting the couch co-op, but it's just I just feel bad and think
it's
it
sad.
Sucks that all that hard work, because there's still a bunch of shit that has been finished and everything. It wasn't submitted to where they can put it in the game. They were gonna put a bunch of guest characters in that game, like Shovel Knight and whatnot, and they had their models and everything completely done. But unfortunately now, with everything going on, they unfortunately cannot work on the game much longer. I said unfortunately 7 times, but
Well, that's because it is. It is unfortunate.
I know. It's just. I mean, I still got to pick up the game eventually. But it's sad to know that both games didn't share the same fate of getting more development. But fortunately, that's what happens when you have a shithead as the head of the company. He suffers for it,
Yeah.
and then we suffer for it.
Yeah.
But whatever. Can't be helped at this point. Just I'm hoping to God, if anything, I forgot the company name. I think it's Forever Games. I hope they make more stuff like Skullgirls and Indivisible. That's my only hope at this point. So yeah.
Sega, the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter, put out an image of Supersonic from Sonic Adventure with the Fibonacci spiral overlaid on top of, well, overlaid means on top of, onto his head, and with the line, with the quote, not the quote, the line, mathematically speaking, Sonic's very appealing. And on his cheek, if you looked closely, you could see a little number 3. And so, of course, that set off a shitstorm of people saying that Sonic Adventure 3 was coming out in 2021. Which I highly doubt. Like, the demand for Sonic Adventure 3 is pretty high, but I think I genuinely doubt Sonic Adventure 3 coming out. If anything, I could see, like, a 3D All-Stars style bundle, including Sonic Adventures 1, 2, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, because those 3 games are all in a similar gameplay style. But as far as Adventure 3 goes, rumors go, I think it was just a cute little nod. I doubt heavily that it was hinting at anything. That's really it for the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter news. But something that did come out last week that I'm fairly certain I did not speak on last week was Nintendo dropped a trailer for the Crown Tundra for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield for Nintendo Switch systems. And boy howdy, does it sure look like modern Pokemon. So they showed off some of the returning Pokemon, which, if you're excited for returning Pokemon, I hate to tell you, but, you know, they've been around for years. It's not exciting to see them return when they've returned every other generation. That's just not a selling point. Look, Nidoking's back is not a selling point. You can't tell me that and expect me to believe you. The map itself looks fine. Well, as fine as Sword and Shield looks. You know, nothing insane like Breath of the Wild, but nothing awful like that one tree in Sword and Shield that everyone kept sharing around when it first got shown off. Nothing was revealed about the story yet. We got to see what the stupid deer Pokemon's gonna look like in model. Looks okay. They showed off how the stupid legendary raids are gonna go, and exactly as I said they were gonna go. It's a few battles where you just battle Dynamax Pokemon after Dynamax Pokemon, and it ends with a fight where you fight the legendary and you can catch the legendary. And it's stupid because odds are you're going to fight a 3-star Dynamax, then a 4-star Dynamax, then a 5-star Dynamax, and then the legendary. That's just my guess at how that's going to go. There is, air quotes, branching paths that all lead to the same destination. And you and 4 people have to pick which path you go down, meaning which type. The branching paths determine which type you fight against. So, one path will say fairy, the other path will say bug, and if you're smart, you'll go down the bug path. And then, yeah, that's it. That is the legendary dens. Look at how cool it'll be to go further inside the den and explore the den. And everyone was so hyped about it. And as soon as they said that, I said, man, that's going to be really underwhelming. And as soon as they showed it off, I said, man, that's really underwhelming. They also showed off the 3 legendary birds. Well, they've already showed them off, but they showed them off again. And if you weren't excited about them before, boy howdy do I have to tell you that nothing has changed. They're still there. They're still the same bird types that they are. They still look the same. If you think they're cool, you'll think they're cool. If you think they're dumb, you're wrong. Because honestly, the redesign of the birds looks pretty cool. Also, they showed there is a little puzzle. Well, sort of. There's a ruin that has the 2 Reggies, the Reggie Ilecki and Reggie Drago, which both look neat, I guess, but are probably going to be ultimately disappointing and nothing like how it was to get the original Reggies, where you had to figure out a fucking puzzle. The original Reggie's puzzle could be esoteric, but it was at least better than nothing. And I'm expecting nothing for this coming one. All in all, it looks like the Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion pack that I was expecting. Not at all like the Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion pack people were claiming. It looks like it's going to be the same shit as Isle of Armor. It's going to be a real disappointment. And people are going to defend it because that's what they do. Different people like different things. I think it looks really fucking bad. And it's incredible to me how people can defend that. And this has been my descent from being hopeful about Gen 8 into returning to the nihilism that so comfortably greets me.
It's okay. It's okay.
So, well, seriously, when the game first announced, I was like, I'm probably not going to get it. Then I saw trailers, and there was a lot of promise.
I know, I remember.
The Pokemon, the Gen 8 Pokemon... Oh, fuck, right. Then they had to go and ruin the fact that Gen 8's Pokemon design has been my favorite so far, because they threw in Galarian Slowking, and I now know why they felt the need to hide Galarian Slowking so much. It's because it is so unapologetically stupid looking that it just drags the whole rest of them down. Like, I don't think there was a single Gen 8 Pokemon design I outright did not like. There were some of them that, like, weren't my favorite. Some of them I didn't care for. Like, Duraludon actually got much better after I realized his fucking uvula was not a pair of big stupid teeth. I thought he has like a glowing yellow light, and I thought it was a pair of big stupid teeth, and I was like, why does he have stupid fucking hillbilly teeth? And after I found out that's not the case, I was like, oh, never mind, that's not nearly as bad as I thought. And then they just said, hey, the worst part is, the Isle of Armor, they should have given Slowking to the fucking Isle of Armor, because Galarian Slowbro looks so much better. Galarian Slowbro looks super fucking cool, and Galarian Slowking looks dog ass. So yeah, Pokemon Gen 8. Now that the expansions are out, I can say if you haven't bought it, save your money. If you have bought it, life sucks, don't it?
Yeah, just a little bit. So, I know I really don't talk about this game that much, but I figured, this was interesting enough just to bring it up. I do own it, and I played a good bit of it. Mortal Kombat 11 got their second fire pack essentially shown off, and they're adding 3 new characters, which is shocking because most of the time when they showed off more characters for the game, they've at least added 4 to 5 new characters, but now they only dwindle it to 3, and it's not like, they're having more hidden ones. But anyway, so the 3 characters that they're adding in are Rain, which I'm happy with, because I thought Rain was always one of the cooler ninja characters from that game. I'm still not gonna play it. Go back to the game. I don't love it. How it feels. They added fucking Melina back. Everyone who fucking harassed the shit out of NetherRealms and Ed Boon for her. And then the whole other side of people ragging on the Melina fans. But, like, it's a whole shit show. But, you know, good. Happy for the Melina fans. But also not, because it just shows that the entitlement won. Because they bitched and moaned and stomped their feet enough to get her back in. So that's kind of annoying.
I genuinely thought she was in the game from the start.
I mean, yes, I get it. And those, oh no.
I thought she was like one of the main characters from that game.
Yeah, but they were making it an excuse for putting her in, because I think she died again in the game before. The story in Mortal Kombat games, they try to keep somewhat consistent, which is weird, but it's one of the more cohesive stories in fighting games. I don't know why, but they do usually have more entertaining stories, if I'm being honest.
See, now, when I figure Mortal Kombat, I think of Raiden, and then the purple one who dresses like a stripper and eats faces off, and recently I found out that's Melina.
Yes.
And so that's why I'd be like, oh, she's probably in the game. So it's strange to me. Well, not strange, but it's surprising to me that she wasn't in the game. Also, the blue one that dresses like a stripper.
Katana. She was in the game.
That one, yeah.
But the character that I thought was most interesting, at least being added in, was Rambo. Like, yes, they're able to get all these characters because they're with WB, and they already had RoboCop and Terminator. So, yes, it makes sense that they put Rambo in. But it's just kind of funny, because, like, I mean, it's cool. I'll be honest, it's just really fucking cool. Even though I'm not gonna get the DLC or play as him, but I think it's just cool.
I think it's really cool that Rambo is in the game.
Little on top of it, they actually got Sylvester Stallone to voice him. Which is weird, because they got him to voice him. I forgot the actor's name who played RoboCop, but they got him to come back to voice him. But they didn't. Arnold did not want to come back to voice Terminator.
Really?
Yeah, they gotta sound alike, but he's not even that good sounding. But yeah, Arnold and Terminator in that game is not voiced by Arnold.
Well, it's strange because it's not even like he wants to put Terminator behind him because he did fucking Darkfall.
And on top of it, I mean, you're playing the character. You are playing the character, but you're not on camera. And like on top of it, I feel like WB would have given you a good deal to work out with it /
Maybe
money.
He was too busy trying to run for governor of California.
Like, I don't know, maybe. Either way, though, I think it's cool that they got Sylvester to come back to actually voice him. And I'll be honest, when I watched the trailer, I'm like, it's not enough to get me to get back in the game, but
it sure is neat.
Sure is neat. And then they also announced at the end of the video that there's gonna be a PS5 and an Xbox Series X version, which will also be because that version for the PS5 and Xbox Series X will have all the concurrent DLC, including the one that they showed off in that version, and then for everyone else, they buy that separately if they already have the game and whatnot. And the last thing that I thought was interesting enough that they showed off with that little announcement was that
they're putting cum inside of M&Ms.
Besides that, it's gonna be cross play and cross gen.
Oh, that's neat.
So, yeah, I think that I'm happy about more than anything, because more fighting games need to have, besides cross-gen upgrades at most, cross-play and rollback netcode, but that's the point. It needs to have cross-play. I do not understand, at this point in the game, or even in general, why, especially fighting games, why you have the need to segregate your player base
if you're
to
not
each console.
A console exclusive.
Yeah, if you're not a console exclusive,
crossplay makes perfect sense.
Yeah, like Street Fighter V was PS4 exclusive, but also on PC, and that was crossplay. Killer Instinct on Xbox One. It's only on Xbox One, but you also can get it on PC, and that's crossplay. But you have a game like Soul Calibur 6. You have it on PC, Xbox One, and PS4. That game has no fucking crossplay. Same thing with Tekken 7. games that are fucking huge and that would benefit from it immensely doesn't have it. Mortal Kombat, as much as I don't like how the game really plays at this point, or really how it plays in general, they do a lot more things right when it comes to like the infrastructure, I guess, because they're doing now crossplay with like other games have, and they're multi-platform. They're not just like a PlayStation 4 and a PC. They're PC, Xbox, Switch, Xbox. I said Xbox right, didn't I?
Yeah.
Anyway,
You forgot to say PlayStation.
but PlayStation, that's all going to be crossplay. A game like, fuck, and so like it annoys me where a game like that has multiple versions, and yet a game like Soul Calibur 6, for instance, does not have crossplay. Why? You would have more people playing it together. You would have more people to fight against, and not
Seriously,
being locked on a single platform.
Fortnite is crossplay between mobile, PC.
Well, that game's a little bit different because like it is technically also like a mobile game.
I mean, yeah.
But no,
Well,
yeah,
Fortnite's not a mobile
a
game.
game that
Among Us
really,
is a mobile game.
a game that really fucking needs it. I really should have it at this point. Is fucking Overwatch.
Oh my god, yeah.
There's no reason. If someone, and I swear to God, if I hear another excuse saying, "Oh, PC controls," what does that matter? Yeah, you can aim better and it's faster, but in all honesty, that doesn't always mean you're gonna have the advantage.
Yeah.
And you would
Especially
think
in
with
Overwatch, my god.
and especially you would think with a company like Blizzard, fucking Blizzard, who has money up the ass, you would think
they got money straight out of the Chinese pocket. Come on now.
you would think they would have enough capabilities to have crossplay. Okay, if not with the Switch version, but I would assume they could. But if anything,
The rest of them.
the rest of them, definitely the main
But like
there's no
Overwatch,
reason.
I think crossplay is a good thing for Overwatch, but I feel like Overwatch has a lot more problems to address beforehand.
Well, and
like,
it does.
All
and
of the constant
will.
CC
it
is
will.
ridiculous.
It definitely has more stuff that needs to get fixed first. But I'm just saying.
Although something interesting I learned, even though there's tons more heroes or champions in League than there are in Overwatch.
Oh hell yeah!
But almost every character in League, I was told recently, has a form of CC. The only difference is where in Overwatch, your CC ability has next to no downside to using it and only upsides, and is normally pretty easy to use. In League, a lot of the CCs are harder to use. There is downsides. There is upsides. Overwatch needs to fucking give penalties to abusing to using shit like that. Like, there's almost no negatives to using McCree's flashbang. Just like how there's almost no negatives to using Brigitte's shield bash. Well, she's starting to get more negatives, but like, they've tried so hard to make it so that like everyone feels like the best player in the game that they're not willing to punish you for bad decision making, and the game really does suffer from it.
Yeah.
That's enough ragging on Overwatch.
And I'm actually shocked I got more of that topic. Anyway, shit. Oh, I almost forgot what I was going to talk about next. You know, I think I had another thing on top of it, but I don't remember. Anyway,
Was it whipped cream?
That's for later. But also, what happened this week? Nintendo had a Treehouse event showcasing Pikmin 3 Deluxe and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity gameplay.
And Zelda, but you can play as Zelda.
So, I guess I'll just touch upon Pikmin 3 real quick. Mainly because, I mean, you're not fully interested in it, and, like, I get it.
I'm not a fan of Pikmin.
And that's totally fair. I only played, like, I think halfway through Pikmin 3 originally on the Wii U. So, the only thing really that was worthwhile was, like, the Pikmin shorts that were on the Nintendo eShop on the Wii U that you had to buy were taken off, but now put on YouTube for free.
Alright, fair.
So cute. They released a demo that will transfer some save data and extra shit towards a full game later on, like an extra difficulty. And the other bigger thing that I think it's cool at least is that the main story will now have split screen co-op, which the original didn't have, and I think that's neat because the only multiplayer that game had originally was like mission mode, or like a sort of like mission mode thing kind of thing. So I think that's neat. Maybe I'll get it again, and it could be something like me and like our one friend could play together, but that would be maybe the extent of it. But as of right now, I'm glad that game's getting another chance. I'm not gonna get it right away, and that's really my thoughts about that.
There are currently no games that I'm going to get.
Yeah, no, I mean, the only game that I definitely know right now that I probably will try to get by the end of the year will be Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I thoroughly enjoyed Hyrule Warriors back on the Wii U. I never got the Switch version. But I thoroughly enjoyed the original, and they showed off more gameplay off of the Treehouse. And overall, I am liking it. The art style in Breath of the Wild was really nice. So they're using all those models. Doesn't hurt it at all. And they took a lot of the UI from Breath of the Wild and put it in there. And they showed off more combat and how it's gonna look. Link will be able to use more than just his sword, like in Breath of the Wild. He'll be able to use like a two-handed hammer, and whatnot. That's what they've shown off so far with him. But I think it's cool that the way they're going to implement Link now is, okay, maybe they won't have as many characters like the original Hyrule Warriors did, since this is mainly taking place in the Breath of the Wild universe. But I think it will at least, it's going to be nice and cool because Link will at least be more than just his, Master Sword and Shield. He's going to be more of a unique character to play as, where, he doesn't have to be just the sword. Zelda also uses the Sheikah Slate as her moveset, and I think it's really cool, especially how she can summon a big-ass bomb and just move it around and have little bombs just flurry on out to kill all the surrounding enemies. I think that's really cool.
It is pretty cool. And honestly, that's a really unique
moveset
for Zelda.
It's a unique moveset for her, and on top of it, it's just a unique way to have her be, a playable fighter.
Yeah.
Urbosa just looks fucking badass, but that's just me. I always was fond of her.
I hope that it gives the champion's character outside of one word, because you had dick, fun, sweet,
abs,
independent, king, and silent, and
that's something that
I bet, other than the fact that King is described as being king. I guarantee you that literally you know exactly who every single one of them was.
Yeah. I definitely do think, though, and they have said this already in multiple videos, that they're definitely going to be delving more into the character, to all the main characters, really, at this point, and what happened in the past, and, like, even though I still think there should have been, like, a DLC for Breath of the Wild that you can play through, this is not a bad way to experience what happened 500 years before.
I think gameplay-wise, this is the smarter idea.
And, yes, and overall, I would think it's a smart idea because being able to, actually experience the story, what happened beforehand, and then also being able to play as the said champions makes it a little bit more better. So, I'm excited. Plus,
and who knows, maybe this time around I'll like Urbosa and Rivali.
I didn't care for Rivali. I don't really like Urbosa.
So, they're all so simple.
And clean, and the way it's making him feel tonight.
I don't like Urbosa's character archetype.
That's fair.
And I don't like...
Yeah, I like Badass Woman. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm fine with Badass Woman. I just don't care for Urbosa, and I don't care for Rivali.
I don't care for Rivali. I don't see the appeal for him. He's just a shittier Falco.
Daruk is such a nothing character to me, but at the very least, he's a big rock guy.
Yeah.
And so there's that. And then...
Mifa, you want to fuck?
Yeah, no. Mifa's cute, and it's hard to hate the cute characters. It's not impossible, mind you.
I would say it's not impossible for you.
God,
it's just...
I hate a lot of fucking cute characters, but like... No. No one cute says ooh. That's just...
It's true.
That's just not a fact. Your 42-year-old neighbor who lives in the basement says ooh woo. He says it online. You don't know he does because he goes out to his job every day, driving his 65 Cadillac, and he hates himself every day. But when he goes home, he is sugar bright, and he does say ooh woo.
Anyway,
Kevin, I've seen your search history.
Anyway, I'm excited. I'm actually relatively excited for Age of Calamity.
Your lease is up, Kevin.
So, I'm trying to think. Fuck, I thought I had another topic, but I don't think I did.
You probably did, and then my obscenities.
No, your obscenities did not distract me from it. It was during my,
Maya? And Miguel? Brother and sister and best friends as well?
No. The fuck?
So when I was a kid, or well, I might have been in middle school. I don't remember.
You're a kid. And life is a nightmare.
Yeah,
Sorry.
oh my god. But when I was a kid, my parents would not let me watch the shows I wanted to watch at night because they wanted me to go to sleep, so they'd put on like the baby channels. And because I was such a, mindless scumsucker, I would just see moving picture, and I would just sit there. And one of them was a show about this pair of Mexican siblings named Maya and Miguel. And one of the only gimmick I remember was that Maya, every time she had an idea, her fucking hair scrunchie would glow and her hair would spin around, and she'd be like, I got an idea, and Miguel kicked a soccer ball. That's all I remember. They were Maya and Miguel, and they were brother and sister and best friends as well.
Well,
they would come on like after Wow Wow Wubbsy.
Oh, okay.
And then as soon as they'd go to sleep, I'd switch back over to like Jetix or some shit.
Of course.
Try and catch Shinzo.
So, I actually do have one topic we could probably stretch. So,
rectum.
Exactly. So you and I have now jumped on the popular bandwagon and have now started playing Among Us.
Oh hell yeah! Among Us is super fucking fun. Oh my god.
Only when you have like 7 people.
I played online a few times, like just random people, and it was fun. I walked into electrical, and White was standing over Pink's dead body, and I was like, yeah, I just saw White standing over Pink's dead body, and then it wasn't him, and then the next round Orange was like, alright, it's Blue, and I was like, it was not, and Purple goes, what happened? I go, I was wrong about White, but I am not the murderer, and then Orange like, yes you are, I'm like, nope, and he goes, alright, then it's Purple, and Purple goes, you want to just vote Orange? And I go, yeah, sure. And we vote Orange out and win. It was fun. But it's more fun playing with friends.
And you need to have like at least like 5 to 6 friends. Otherwise, it's not that fun. Alright, so overall review of the game before we get into like some anecdotal stuff. Wish there was more levels. I feel like there's not enough levels.
Hopefully with the resurgence of it, it'll get more support.
Maybe. I do find they're already making a sequel.
Really?
Yeah, they said that.
Why aren't they just making more maps for the first one?
I don't know. I just find it funny though how a 2-year-old game had no fucking.
All it took was a
had
pandemic.
no buzz, but then like randomly when like Fall Guys started becoming a thing, Among Us started to get fucking popular too. So that became the new thing.
All it took was a pandemic.
It really did.
Among Us is the perfect game for people in a pandemic because, like, someone's gonna die, like in a pandemic, and then you talk to your friends.
But yeah, I really don't like how there's, like, not that many levels. It could be a little buggy.
I don't like how we can't play on, the Polaris because there's one challenge that someone in our group says can't be done on the phone.
I don't know if she was just lying or she just literally had no idea what to do because I was able to do all of them, and I too am on mobile, so I don't know. I think she might have been lying or just didn't know what she was doing, but that's besides the point. Anyway, like it's pretty fun. I still think though that, which is really shocking at this point, that this game does not have an in-game chat.
Well, it doesn't have an in-game voice chat.
Yeah, it doesn't have an in-game voice chat.
It makes sense, though.
But you can just... Yeah, but, like, it should just automatically, like, mute everyone. when the game starts, and then when the voting comes up, it does what we do. You have the dead person muted, and then everyone else talks among themselves.
I mean, that's fair. But I feel like... I don't know, I feel like it's fine without having it because Discord exists. And I think Discord is better than any in-game chat would be.
I mean, yeah, probably. I'm just saying. So, the game's fun when you have friends, but it can be fucking immensely frustrating, which we'll get into.
What's your favorite map?
I don't care for either of them. The both choices kind of meh. I don't like the maps.
You don't like the maps? Oh.
I don't fully love the game. I'll be honest. I don't. I only do it because we're all playing. I'm like, alright, it's something different to do, and it's free.
Bruh.
But when half the time, when like, I don't know, it gets boring. Like after like the third match. But I'll keep playing it.
Well, you should say something because I didn't know it got boring for you after the third match.
I get bored. Doesn't mean everyone else thinks it. But like, I see the appeal. I get the appeal. I'll keep playing it because it's something different to do, and we can have funny moments, like me just screaming at you about the logs.
Oh, you get real mad at me for you get mad at me rightfully, but you use the wrong argument. I'm sorry.
Yes, but in general, that game has now gotten me pretty fucking angry at both you and like our other friend, and because like I noticed like. I don't care. I'm going to start throwing names. I don't care at this point. So, like, David, I never really get angry. I never, like, scream at him during the game.
That's a smart idea. Use fake names.
Yeah. Gives a shit at this point, honestly. Literally, no one else I get mad at as much as I do with you and Darren. I don't care.
That's because we are the same person in that game.
I know! And every time I say that to the
only
group...
difference is I think I'm better at crewmate and he's better at imposter.
Kind of. I mean, every time... I notice...
I lose imposter a lot more than he does.
Yes,
and I win
but I hate that 90%
crewmate
of the
he
time,
does.
though. He kills me, and I already know it's him. And then he always says, bruh. Oh, no, he doesn't say bruh. He says whack. And I'm like... Every time. He says it every time he's imposter. And I literally just want to scream in chat. He's imposter. He keeps saying fucking whack.
If you say that, I guarantee you people will vote for him. He was imposter 4 times in a row. I'm never not willing to believe he's imposter.
Yeah, no, he gets too suspicious.
He's definitely one of the best imposters in our group. I think he's the best imposter in our group.
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Well, listen, it's definitely not me. No matter
No,
how
you're
much...
just the most fucking frustrating.
Hell yeah.
Holy shit.
Listen...
You're the most frustrating in general because, oh my god, when I'm telling the truth and you just don't believe me or you want to post something about the logs or the security cam or what you just fucking think when you're completely wrong,
Alright.
and I'm like, guess what?
No, your issue isn't that I'm bad at those. Your issue is that I've got an awful fucking memory.
Doesn't fucking matter.
It does matter because I read them correctly and then I forget what I read. And then my stupid chimp brain goes, oh, this is what you read. And I go, okay.
And fucking you always kick me out when I'm never the imposter.
I know. That's why
And then you fuck us over more because guess what? You kicked off the wrong person who was telling the truth the whole time.
I think I've won us more games than I've lost us.
That's fine. However, I still fucking hate that you alone
Kick you off?
get me kicked off. Not even Darren.
I noticed.
Not even David.
Oh, I've
No,
been making an
fucking
active
you.
conscience to stop doing that because
Yes,
I noticed it.
Because you're the only one who does it. And then even then, it doesn't always fucking work. You still somehow always try to pin it on me. And I'm like, my god, come on. Even when you're not the imposter. When you're the imposter, fine, I get it. But when you're not the imposter, you still
That's
fucking
because
do
I
it to me.
genuinely heart of hearts think I do that when I genuinely think it's you, and I just genuinely think it's you a lot. Either that or I misread someone's name. So the one match on Mirror HQ, I read socks as stinky and stinky as socks. And that was the whole reason you got kicked. Although I was 50% accurate because I got one of the imposters.
Yeah, as you can tell by my volume,
He got mad at me.
I get mad every time I fucking remember.
Listen, I have been making active and conscious efforts to stop doing that to you. I did not accuse you once, even when I thought it was you.
And even the one time it was me, and I had to kill you because there was no one else. And I'm like, well,
I thought it was you that round.
it was me.
Yeah, I thought it was you, and I was like, it's Anthony, but, like, I'm not gonna call anything on him.
Well, you can't when you're dead, bitch.
I knew it was you before you killed me.
Like I said.
I wasn't... No, I could have went to the button, but I was like, no. I promised him I wouldn't call him out on anything. And then I didn't.
But yeah, I've noticed that game gets me immensely frustrated.
I know, you even start telling lies that I swear on the log when I never swear on the log unless I'm telling the truth.
You do swear on the log.
When I'm telling the truth.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You've done it to me when you're an imposter, too.
No.
Yes.
I've cited the logs, not swore on them. I said, my exact words were, you can read the log, you'll see which way I went. None of you went and read the log. That was your own fault. I didn't say, I swear on the logs. The only time I said, I swear on the logs was when I was telling the truth.
Alright, fine, but you do fucking use the log as your scapegoat a lot, and it's fucking annoying.
Yeah, because no one wants to check the goddamn logs
because
with me.
half the time, like you said yourself, you don't fucking remember what you read, and then you fuck yourself over, because guess what? You probably read it wrong, and then I don't believe you, and then you just use it because, oh, guess what? Maybe this might get a suspicion off of me and put it on someone else, aka fucking me.
Alright, so it's not that I read it wrong. It's not that 90% of the time I read it wrong, because I've used the logs to correctly predict the imposter more times than I've outed you. That's so true. You might think that it's always been you, but it's not. A lot of the games where I'm immediately, like, it's this person and this person, it's because of the logs, and a lot of the times that's correct. Although I don't understand how the heart signature works in, Polaris.
We don't play on that level enough, so we don't
I know. I want to play on it, but
just fucking let's play it more.
Okay.
I feel like she was just didn't know what the fuck she was doing.
Okay.
Anyway.
It'll open up a third map.
Exactly. Something different.
I think Polaris might actually be one of the most unique maps because it's got like the epicenter thing instead of like reactor.
I think so. Overall, not the worst game. It's pretty fun when it really is the game where you need to have your friends and a bunch of them to play the game effectively and have it be enjoyable to where you can have an hour go by and it's like, all right, you know what? I'll keep going because we're all having a good time for the most part, and
we're playing it tomorrow.
We'll do more. Well, as far as we know, no one's really said anything aside from me.
Yeah, but like no one besides you and I ever reply in the Discord.
I know, but this is not even the usual Discord chat.
Wendy said out of Discord chat that she'd play.
Okay. But still out of Discord.
Well, then she said she might not because she was feeling a bit under the weather.
And then she said, yeah. Either way.
But still.
So.
Although I still can't believe that I was believed when I walked past you in the hallway, went up, killed David, reported it, and was like, so you want to explain yourself? I can't believe how often that works. Although, no matter how bad you have it, you have to admit, my cousin got it the absolute worst.
The one time.
That was still...
Yes.
I don't think anyone else has gotten it that bad.
The amount of times you fucked me over, I've gotten equal to that. The one time you fucked him over is equal to the amount of time you fucked me over.
Fair. I can go with that. I fucked you over quite a bit.
Quite a bit to equal that one fuck over you did for him.
I fucked you over what, like 5 or 6 times so
yes.
far? Yeah. Mostly on the fucking shed. Or the scald. Sked? however the one where the starting map, the first map. I think most of the time I fuck you over, it's on that one.
Yes.
Well, that's because admin's so much fucking harder to read. And you got really unlucky the time that one person walked into the room as you walked out, or like walked out of the room as you walked in, and I'm just like, oh, that's not possible. It takes longer than 1 second to get from there to there. Although I will admit, I jumped the gun a little too early on that one. I should have checked.
You did? Oh my god, you jumped the gun early? I am so shocked you did that.
Yeah, it happened.
You know that would be something you would do.
It happened, you know. It happened once, and I regret it. But yeah, listen, I have been actively trying to be better to you in that game. With each passing game, I feel as though I am treating you more and more fairly. It is true, though. I do treat... Listen, I only cast suspicion when I think it's a person. And the fact that I always think it's you, you're kind of sus, man.
When I'm doing half of the fucking tasks, because I'm by myself, and then...
Don't you normally stick with someone?
No!
I swear to God, I normally see you sticking with someone.
No, I usually just fucking go to do the task. Someone will either follow in my direction because that's where they roughly have to go. And then most of the time, I forget the layout of the levels because I don't remember them enough. And then I'm like, alright, oh, I gotta go back. Oh, wait, it was this way? And then I go all fucking around to get myself lost. And then it makes it look like I'm fucking being sus. The only time I start really sticking with people is when I'm fucking done with all my tasks. And I figured, let me stick with someone so that I have an alibi and or get killed.
You guys are all a lot faster at tasks than me. It's insane.
They're not that hard after a while. It's just the fucking one that gets the most tedious is the fucking wire one. Because you gotta go 3 separate spots.
Well, what's it?
And that's something that gets me fucked over because half the wires get fucking thrown across the map. So I get lost. I'm like, oh, I gotta go this way. Oh, then I go this way. Wait, how did I get to there again? And that's where it fucks me up. And then that's where it makes me look suspicious.
Most of the time I spend...
You dang fucking whore.
Listen, I spend most of the game away from everyone else, so...
And that's what I do?
So the few times I see you, you're with someone. I don't normally spend that game... I think the only time I'm with people is when I'm the imposter.
Yes.
Literally, other than that, which is partly why I'm such an awful fucking imposter, is because you can obviously tell I'm not doing tasks, because I won't even fake doing tasks.
Yeah, you don't fake them. At least I can fake them.
Yeah, no, I do not fake doing tasks. I'm just like, fuck it. Let's see who I can kill in which fashion. Oh, man. Oh, the Darren, I walk in to electrical, see him standing by a vent, think, I wonder if he's gonna vent. The meeting gets called, and he's immediately like, Jay, where'd you come from? And I was like, the door? He goes, no, you didn't. I go, yeah, I did. You were standing on the vent when I got in there. And then he goes, no, you were standing on the vent when I got in there. And I'm like, oh my God, you're the imposter. And then they voted me out, and then they voted him out. Or something like that. And it wasn't him or me. And he was just like, oh, I guess I forgot that I was standing on the vent.
Oh, wasn't it like one of David's friends? Who was it that match, or was it something? Or was it like?
It might have been that match.
Or was it his girlfriend?
No, it might have. No, it wasn't the match where it was David's friend.
Oh, okay. Was it David himself?
Maybe, I don't know. But all I remember was it wasn't Darren either. And then he was just like, so thinking about it, I might have been standing on the vent when Jay walked in. Oh, that was funny. I was like, you got me kicked out because you couldn't remember that I walked in the room.
Wow, doesn't that suck?
Listen, that's not nearly as terrible as what I do to you. Come on now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's not that fucking
Listen,
bad.
my reasoning's normally more sound than, oh, right, you walked up and I was standing there.
You look you have a cute face. Otherwise, I'd be fucking angry at you for more than a goddamn minute.
I'm lucky you have a cute face. I mean, I am. I have to look at it.
I was saying that you had one. God damn it.
Yeah, fun game Among Us.
Yeah, it definitely can be when you have the right people. That's also another thing on top of it. Your friends need to be kind of fun for it to be good. Plus, it just helps that game's free for, mobile.
Yeah, and $2 if you want mobile without ads.
Even though, honestly, the ads are only 5 seconds long, that's totally digestible.
I'm impatient enough that I was willing to spend the $3.
That's weird, because
But,
you only played on mobile.
Not when I'm gonna play with you guys. When
And I
play with you guys-
debated on getting on a computer,
Well,
but I'm like,
I bought the fucking stick figure follower on mobile, so I think I might just buy the stick figure follower on the computer. I bought
fair.
the stick figure follower because I thought you had to make any purchase to get rid of apps, and I was like, oh, then I'll do this. And then you had to actually buy.
Yeah, no, you had
And
to.
I was like, oh, well, I don't mind supporting it.
Yeah, I might end up buying a costume pack. I might get like the skins because I would like to have the skin. That's not just my. I mean, I love my witch hat. There's probably going to be my usual thing next to the dumb sticky note.
The dumb
I
note.
fucking love that dumb note. It's so perfect. But yeah, I think that actually might wrap it up for this episode of What's New Play 2 podcast. See, I figured I told you I'd get one last topic to get stretched out.
Fair enough.
I know what I'm doing.
I
Sometimes.
I don't.
I barely do.
I am far too completely and totally full of fucking opiates to ever know what I'm doing.
Well, once we're done, I'll give you more opioids, okay?
Okay.
Alright, we'll see you guys later.